Hello, welcome to Weeb Hut. This is Goomy.
And Wooper.
Yes.
And we finished playing Final Fantasy 15 the other day. We're gonna, what are we gonna do? Yeah, we're gonna post highlights, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna post highlights of that soon, yeah, so sorry to keep you waiting on that. Anyway, so here are my initial thoughts of the game. First, we're gonna give you spoiler-free review or thoughts, and then we're gonna unleash all the spoilers and stuff. Okay, so spoiler-free, I thought the music of the game was great. I thought the design and graphics were great. I mean, their outfits were ridiculous, but you've come to expect that. They were great.
It was actually kind of tame this time around.
Yeah, okay. True. Okay. The gameplay was really good. I liked the side quest. I liked all the other little things where, like the side conversation they had. All the idle animations were really nice. You could tell they put work into it. What I did not like, there was issues with the way they told the story. It's like if you didn't see Kingsglaive, you'd be totally lost.
Yeah.
Would you be totally lost?
Yeah, you would.
You'd be pretty lost. And there are just other parts where they didn't tell the story well. Like with the ending, I didn't quite understand everything. And then like after I slept on it, I woke up the next day and I was like, oh wait, I think that's what happened. That's what that meant. And I had to watch a bunch of other videos explaining the ending to kind of really get what was going on.
Yeah.
So Goomy, anything
I thought the game was actually pretty good. 9 out of 10. It's what I tell my friend too when I talk about it with him. And the only thing that's bad is, like as Wooper said, the story. The story, I mean, it spends 9 chapters not doing anything and then suddenly speeds up everything. And if we didn't take a break in chapter 14 to finish some side quests, it would have been really quick. We would have finished the game in a span of 4 hours of continuous playtime. So I thought that was kind of weird. I feel like they were caught between making an open world game and figuring out how to tell a story in the open world. I think they were too set on doing that because they promised that from the start. But yeah, we watched a video afterwards about the ending, and not just about the ending, about the story in general. They did that bullshit where they have the entire story laid out in documents across the game world, and they had one person actually go in and look at those and say, yeah, no, this is what happened, this is who the bad guy is, and everything. And I was like, that was
really
not spelled out to you
in
the game. And it's after I actually saw the ending again, I watched another streamer play it. I forgot their name, just a random guy. I actually thought it was better, the entire ending, watching it the second time, but that was only because I knew everything plot-wise at that point.
Okay, so are we going to go spoiler now?
Yeah.
You're done. Okay. Alright, so my issues with the ending. So basically, I didn't know what the fuck was going on most of the ending. It's like, okay, well, Arden's the bad guy, but duh, you kind of saw that coming. They make you think the Empire is bad, but then, they just disappear. What do? They just fly these boxes around and drop enemies on you?
Yeah.
You didn't see anybody with the Empire. Well, you had Luna's brother, but he had, no character development. He's just oh, I'm upset at things, so I'm gonna be bad, and then, oh no, I'm a demon now. Kill
He's
me,
Tsundere
guys.
for Noctis.
It was weird. And then, what else didn't make sense? There was that, mercenary girl who helps you out. It was what the fuck happened with her? And then Iris, it was they tell us Iris became a demon hunter, but it would have been nice to see her.
Yeah.
I mean, at least there was development with her. And then it was okay, so what we don't know is if his bros are dead or not dead. So it was okay, Noctis, did he spend 10 years inside the crystal? Or did the crystal spit him out and he was asleep for 10 years? We don't get that.
That's really unclear. It could be any.
And then the part when Noctis is I think killing himself, or sacrificing himself to kill Arden in the spirit realm. Which, okay, when his father's turning away from him, I didn't realize he was killing himself at the time. So I
thought that was clear.
I didn't get I thought he was just going to the spirit realm. How do I know he's actually dying?
Well, because they explained earlier that he'd have to die before.
It was not clearly stated. It wasn't there wasn't a big revelation moment. You know how in Final Fantasy X, spoiler warning, when they're oh shit, Yuna's gonna die if she goes and defeats Sin. Everybody was oh man, that's a big shit you're gonna have to take on. But with this, it was just kind of oh yeah, you'll have to die to defeat things.
Yeah.
It wasn't like everybody was like, oh man, there wasn't a moment where his bros were like, it's okay, Noct. We can get through this, we'll get through it together, even if that's what it comes to. Like,
yeah.
We didn't get to see that.
I think it was implied. It was kind of weird how they put the campfire scene after the credits. Why wouldn't they just put it before you left for the city?
I think because because beforehand you didn't know the level of sacrifice that Noct had to make.
No, you did, because Bahamut tells him when he gets sucked into the crystal, he's like, it'll require the sacrifice of your own life. And he says it a few times in order to...
Well, I mean, he said that, but it was kind of like, well, we don't know if his friends are going to die too or not. They just tell you that.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think it was supposed to have more emotional impact at the end of the game, but it was kind of like... There was a lot of stuff in the game that was supposed to be emotional, but I didn't feel that much for. Like, when Luna died, it was, like, shocking, but... Did I really feel bad? We don't know that much about her other than that she saves people and people like her and she's Noct's friend, but we don't know much about their friendship.
And even if you see Kingsglaive, you don't see much about their childhood, except, they ran away from the Empire at one point when they were kids. There's a whole 12 years they just don't bother to show, except out of, like, 10 minutes total in cutscenes.
Yeah, and then there's, like, nothing in Noct's relationship with his dad, so it's like when he finds out his dad dies, it's like, well, what does that really mean to you?
Apparently that story was it King's Night if you pre-ordered from GameStop, which we didn't, which I think was dumb.
Well, of course we did. We got the collector's box, which you had to, fight through hordes to get, and we're not.
How does the collector's box not include every piece of media that the game has?
And now there's this freaking season pass where you gotta buy all the little side quests that Gladiolus
collectors did not
goes on
include
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah,
it's like, well, I mean, we have to pay another $25 for that. I mean, I guess we will because it was enjoyable, but I mean, maybe not right away.
We still have to platinum it. I'm gonna do that. I mean, it's
still enjoyable to play. We gotta platinum it and beat our friends.
Yeah. Now, the good things about the game, the music was excellent all the way through. Yoko Shimomura is perfect as usual.
But an issue I did have with the music is, okay, there were 3 songs by Florence and the Machine on the soundtrack, right? Those were the only ones I listened to before to avoid any spoiler in song titles or whatever. So you had Stand By Me. I thought the use of Stand By Me in the game was very good at the beginning and the end. And then you had 2 other songs, Too Much Is Never Enough and I Will Be. And these songs did not appear in the game at all.
What is with that? Because that's happened with other game soundtracks as well. You'll have a singer make a song for the game and then it just not show up in any capacity in the game.
Yeah, no, and I thought that those songs could have fit in with the game, like Too Much Is Never Enough. Like, you could have that or something like that when he's sacrificing himself, meaning, like, literally giving everything. And then I Will Be would have been, like, I don't know if they were, like, successful and he didn't have to die. Whatever, I don't know. And then another thing. So, it's clear Luna and Noct are both dead and in the afterlife, so my personal belief is that his bros are not dead because they would have been there with him in more than a photo, which actually you could take a photo of whatever you want. We could have taken a picture of the baby Chocobo or, like, Sid or something if we wanted.
Actually, no, wait, his bros aren't dead. I know why, because remember right after you beat Arden, there's that scene where he has to walk up the steps and they turn around to start fighting the monsters while he goes up to sacrifice himself.
Yeah, I think they were just there with him in spirit. It's like their bond was that close that they were helping him take on Arden in the spirit realm, even though they didn't actually die. That's what I think. I think if they were dead, they would have been at his and Luna's afterlife wedding, which, like, are they Mormons if they can get married in the afterlife? No offense to Mormons, but I know they have stuff where, like, marriage goes beyond death and stuff like that.
I did not know that.
You saw the play?
I forgot that.
Okay, anyway. And then what was the other thing? Oh, but anyway, there was one theory about that they're like Endymion and Selene. So from that Greek or Roman myth, where it's like the moon and a shepherd and they can, like, only be together when they're asleep. But I couldn't find that version. What I looked up is that she's the personification of the moon, and she thought this guy was hot, and she wanted him, so she's like, Zeus, can you make him immortal, but also grant him eternal youth so he doesn't, like, age and shrivel up and live forever like that. So Zeus is like, okay, and then she's like, he's really cute when he's sleeping, just put him to sleep forever. So this guy's asleep forever, and then she has 50 of his kids, and he's asleep.
While he's sleeping.
While he's sleeping. He never wakes up. She has 50, he's eternally sleeping, eternally young, and she has, well, no, they have 50 daughters.
Wow.
I think that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
You think that's fucked up?
it's alright.
It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, but...
Well, I mean, they said he's always smiling when he sleeps, but
So I guess that means he liked it.
he can't consent. He's asleep. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
So we
But otherwise, the game, I think it was good.
I'd recommend it.
Yeah, the combat's great. The bro interaction is great. They did say they're going to patch it with more story elements, more cutscenes. So that might make it better.
For that.
Yeah, that might make it better. But still, it's 9 out of 10. The combat's great, the music's great, the world is great, the graphics are great. The voice acting was terrific for a Final Fantasy.
I didn't get the feels I wanted. I didn't get the nostalgia feels like
Yeah.
I got from playing 10.
Yeah, well, it's a different age.
They fucked up telling the story.
Apparently someone actually did an analysis of 10 in an argument for, 15, and they said that 10 actually got really fast-paced once you kill Unileska. Though I forget.
I don't know if I got up to that part of the game.
Oh, yeah. Well...
I got to a point where I got stuck, and that was it, and then you told me the ending, and I'm like, wow, that was such a good end. No one was expecting that.
Maybe we should play Final Fantasy X.
But we have so many other games coming out.
Yeah. And we have the Final Fantasy Collector's 30th Anniversary Edition coming out in 2017.
Oh, isn't that just every Final Fantasy remade?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Don't need it.
10 will be in that.
But we have Kingdom Hearts 2.8 next month.
Oh, I'm gonna get confused again.
Well, yes,
anyway,
it'll be a glorious confusion.
If you made it this far, watching our random tangents, thanks, like, and subscribe.
Alright, yeah. See you next time, I guess.
Yeah, we put out... Bye. No pen. Sure. Oh, wait, no, stop.